What are the hobbies that is an immediate red flag? There was a post of a guy that was angry at his mother because her hobby was to find random people on the net, find everything about them and message them about it. My old roommate used to go out driving on rainy days specifically to splash pedestrians. That seems pretty red flaggy to me. Well, reading the comments, I'm feeling better about my Warhammer collection. I hate saying this cause I have close friends that are into it. But oftentimes gambling, especially since it's usually a very thin line between hobby and addiction. The constant need to post every life interaction on social media. I would hate to feel like every day needs to be an Insta moment. Imagine that kind of pressure. Over-identification with weed. When someone makes smoking weed their entire identity, it may signal an unhealthy relationship with the substance. Collecting nail clippings. Social media obsession. Collecting alcoholic beverage containers, especially the same one over and over. When that person is finding joy in others' suffering or pulling mean pranks that can make anyone raise an eyebrow. Calling your friends comrades. Wearing ushankas. Drinking vodka and pretending to redistribute the wealth. That's a pretty red flag. Don't know if this counts, but obsessing over Instagram and constantly trying to put together the perfect post. I know social media can be pretty damn toxic, but there are people who build a huge chunk of their lives around one particular social media site. And in my experience, Instagram is the worst. I've seen it in men and women, but the women who obsess over it the most raise all sorts of red flags. It can imply body image issues, self-esteem issues, and a strong narcissism undertone. Even just excess vanity can be really telling, and that's generally the kind of person you want to steer clear of. Few www. I got all the way to the end of this thread and my hobby wasn't listed. But it probably should be. Vape culture, and treating it as a hobby. Being an internet troll, purposely upsetting others. I get people wanting to express their opinions and that it sometimes upsets some people. But making posts or comments for the sole purpose of upsetting others is really petty and just evil. Once worked with a guy. Went to his place and he's like, "Want to see my collection of oddities?" And proceeds to show me a bunch of insects and animals in jars of formaldehyde. But he picks up one large jar and it's just a cat's head floating in it. He made it swish from side to side. He seemed like a cool guy though. People who love pulling pranks are pretty much always obnoxious assholes. Weed. Now don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely for legalization of recreational use of it as long as stuff like tobacco is allowed. But what I find really off-putting is the weed culture that develops around many regular users. Marijuana use disorder. Over-identification with weed. Not wanting to go a day without it, even if you still can. And unnecessarily bringing it up whenever. It's even worse when the obnoxious 420 blazite comes into it. So rather than consuming weed at all, this is about regular consumption to the degree of it becoming part of your personality. Vexillology. Well, it can be. Collecting Nazi war memorabilia, probably. Or jewelry found from grave digging.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.